I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why do I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent? With ease why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent. With ease I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my abilities. I can master my powers to their full extent with ease. I have full knowledge on mastery. I fully understand all of my abilities. I can skillfully use all of my abilities. Why do I have full mastery of my powers? Why can I masterfully use my abilities? Why can I master my powers to their full extent with ease? Why do I have full knowledge on mastery? Why do I fully understand all of my abilities? Why can I skillfully use all of my abilities? I have full mastery of my powers. I can masterfully use my